fully healthy, this is basically the same group of guys, minus P.J. Tucker, that went to Game 7 against Boston in the finals. And Jimmy Butler playing some of the best basketball of his career since March 1st, 26 points a game on 59% from the floor.
He's coming in at 52 and 27. Fourth time in the last 6 years they have won 50 or more games, and Embiid putting together a career year and maybe an MVP season.
At all, but this is Philadelphia's biggest weakness, maybe their only weakness defensively, is they don't get back well.
Let's keep an eye on Bam Adebayo tonight, Jared.
But only at 45% here over his last few games.
Strus draws the James Harden assignment. Harden hobbled by an Achilles injury in Miami's win in Detroit on Tuesday. Butler picks up Embiid. Now Harden. Adebayo on him. Harris calling for it. Skip pass out to Melton. He lets it fly. No good. And Herro with the rebound. Last year, the Sixers beat Toronto in round 1. That was in 6 games. And then they lost to Miami in 6 games. You might remember Joel Embiid had a concussion late in that Toronto series and missed the first 2 games.
And playing in those examples, things that may not have happened over those first 7 years of his career. Now, you talk to people around the organization, guys, and the biggest things that they cite as to why Embiid is the leading candidate for MVP.
He's staying in that zone. Like we said, they'll play it more than anybody in the league, and another turnover, a travel on McDaniels.
Puts Miami on a 13-2 run now. It was 7-0, then the Embiid bucket. And now Miami has extended the lead to 10. Another travel position as well. Play-in tournament starts next week, Tuesday. Oh, my goodness. I didn't know they called traveling in the NBA, Coach. We have an abundance of traveling calls right now. Harden in house with McDaniels, Paul Reed, George Niang. 5 on the floor for the Sixers right now. Niang finding McDaniels, who's hit a couple of threes already, including one at the end of the quarter. He comes up short.
Yeah, everybody's down. Now, the positive, as he brought up in pregame talk with us, over the last 16 games, they're 7th in the league.
About that, plus 11 points off turnovers right now as Herro cashes points 12 and 13 in. Milton looking for McDaniels. He takes a peek, got to get a shot up, contested, and it's an air ball. Minutes restriction, trying to protect that left knee. Paul Reed inside, and a steal. Herro jumped the lane into the hands of Lowry. A chase down block from Joel Embiid. Here is Harris, air ball.
They've had trouble in the half court at times attacking Philly's defense, but they've gotten great opportunities in transition. Joel Embiid is going to get Philadelphia into the conference finals or further. He's going to need to bring that kind of effort every night in the postseason.
Tobias Harris, dangerous pass. And at the end of the shot clock, that is going to expire on P.J. Tucker.
Bam Adebayo screened Embiid, and Jimmy Butler just got into the seam there in the zone and was able to catch it and score close to the basket.
Butler right now trying to prevent that pass inside, and does so.
Well, this is the Miami Heat team that we saw last year. One that made a lot of threes at a very high percentage and was tough to beat for that reason. That hasn't been the case for most of this year, but it has been tonight.
Embiid throws it away.
Well, and he having some fun with a former teammate, P.J. Tucker, who has drawn the assignment on him.
Tobias Harris misses a 3. Jared Greenberg, the playoffs. A stated goal. Adebayo gets in a couple of offensive rebounds. All-star team. But it is Milwaukee who ends up with the best record at the end of the season. They still have a chance at 60 wins. Another terrific performance through the regular season. I think We talked to Doc Rivers about how you play out the rest of the season, the final 3 games including tonight, and then essentially a week off. And it does, he scored 18 of his 27 points in Detroit Tuesday in the 4th quarter. He didn't miss a shot, was 7 for 7. Embiid runs into traffic.
Very dangerous lower seeded team, whether they're 6th or 7th. I'm pretty sure they'll be 7th. I understand what Doc Rivers is saying, and I understand that's his message to his team, that, you know, you certainly don't want to appear to be afraid of
Paul, and has made his way into a starting role with the Heat. Offensive rebound. Kevin Love misses a 3. Martin's got 2 offensive rebounds.
Well, that's one of the hardest things in the zone, is to identify people that you need to block out.
Lowry probing. Love gives it up. Got to put one up. Strus contested. Oh, Max Strus. Always a lot of friends and family to watch him play in Philadelphia. 5 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. And Martin just playing his tail off right now. Leads all players with 24. He's got 6 assists as well. Embiid takes it to the corner and dribbles it out of bounds. Milton will put it in. Coming to the end of the 3rd quarter. And a bullet pass to Niang. Misses the 3.
How much do you want to see from your starters here tonight and the last couple of days of the season?
We got a whole week off. Even if we won all 3, we got a week off. Once the playoffs start, it's a whole new ball game.
All right, Coach, thanks for doing this.
All right, thanks.
Guys.
Yeah, thanks to Doc Rivers for joining us here. His team not at their best right now, although get a shot clock violation. 5 of those points coming from the free throw line. Jared also reporting during that timeout, passing along the news that DeAnthony Melton, a mild right calf strain, will not return. Shake Milton loses the handle. He sets up Herro. 3-pointer no good. And Lowry with the rebound. Sixers have turned it over 13 times in this game. And for a team with a slow pace, that's a big number. Miami gets another 3 from Tyler Herro. Rivers' plan will be the final 2 games of the year. I think James wanted to get a little extra run in tonight, perhaps.
Yeah, I would find it hard to believe that we will see James Harden back in March. And he said, quite frankly, he doesn't know where it came from. It just developed. I've been told that
It's been a good functional operation here with those 2.
Well, it has, but as we said at the top, this year the Sixers have been highly successful in the regular season, but it's all about the playoffs in the NBA. Absolutely, and felt like he could play, had the confidence in his health and his conditioning to be able to go out and play more.
Whoa, going up top, Lowry doing all the little things. Lowry sets him up for a highlight that time. Shake Milton runs into a wall. And that'll be a foul on Love. And he wants him to review it. And they are. Eric Spoelstra, sometimes you gotta do it for your players, Coach.
If the replay review, the defender is in a legal position. So we have a successful challenge, and it's overturned to an offensive foul.
Second in the NBA in charges drawn. And by the way, Eric Spoelstra is 14-4 in his challenges, and they've all come in the 4th quarter.
Somewhere in the 90% range. But that's one of the things that the zone does for Miami also, is it keeps helping on pick and rolls or switching.
Inside, Korkmaz is trying to find a hole in that zone, and now Niang, air ball. Montrezl Harrell, Captain Crunch Time.
On the app tomorrow night, take you to the biggest moments of the night. The NBA's only whip-around show starting at 8:30. We'll also be on Sunday afternoon starting at 2:30.
I like that. Now, that's going to be the 4th charge, by the way. Look at Kevin Love racking him up.
My gosh, I don't think I've ever seen a guy take 4 in a game. Yeah, I've been around the NBA a long time. I don't think I've seen a guy take 4 in a game.
Miami is shooting 46% from 3-point range. The best 3-point shooting team in the NBA a year ago. Now down in the...
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be there as his coach his first 2 years in the league.
And Miami keeping themselves in the picture. Right now they are a game back of the Nets what would be huge if you can jump into that 6th seed, but they're going to need some help.